All right, guys. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate all of you guys who are still hanging in there with me. Um, so, my apologies for all the bullshit that went down in the last couple weeks, last 2 weeks, that is. What's going on, Unbridled? Thank you guys for again. Thank you guys for being here, all of you. Those of you who hung in there with me. Wow, a lot was going on. All right, so let's get into it. So let's start. Thanks, Frankston. Let's start out with the whole channel debacle. And so the story goes, what happened was I was trying to get everything onto one account. Thank you, Dan. Thank you about this. Sorry, guys. How am I looking? Hopefully it looks clean. Hopefully you guys can hear me without any problems. How you doing, Linda? And so what happened was I was trying to do a transfer account, right? So I was trying to transfer uh, my Angry Prepper Urban and Angry Prepper Outdoor to another YouTube account, which was under Angry Prepper. So while doing the transfer, I had made sure through Google Rep that I can do it. With that, she said yes. She said you can absolutely do both channels onto the one account. I said okay. And I said, will both brand accounts come over? She said yes. Um, so I did it. And once I transferred the outdoor channel over, because the urban channel was a success. Once I got the urban channel over, the outdoor channel erased the urban channel completely. With that, I lost my shit. Um, all of those videos, the live streams, which I was more pissed about, were gone. And I get into it that night with at least three different Google people because they're breaking my nuts because the account didn't match the account I was transferring to. But I told them the account I was transferring to wasn't a um, branded account yet. Anyway, that being said, that took about 2 days to get someone to understand what was going on. So I had to speak to them like like a small child to get them to understand what was going on. And they finally found it a couple days ago. They said it was reinstated, but it was going to take a few days. Now, one person told me 24 to 48 hours, which 48 hours was this morning, and nothing. And my now I have to wait. Now I got to wait to see whether or not the channel is going to be up and running by Friday. So I was going to wait to do this live stream until I got my account back because then I had all my subscribers and all that other all that other shit. But with everything going on, I couldn't wait and I didn't want to wait anymore. So what I'm going to do with this live stream is this live stream. How you doing, Terry? What I'm going to do with this live stream is I'm going to upload it onto a drive, and then when my channel comes back, I'll upload it to that channel. So being that I can do that, I'm going to I'm going to do a couple live streams while this is like this while we have everything in disarray, if you will. So let's get into the main shit. All right. So Terry, right now New York is pretty quiet, with the exception of the fireworks. The insane amount of fireworks that are going off, New York is pretty quiet. There's still protesting going on, but no one's really giving a shit about that right now. Everybody's busy trying to get back to work. I am going to stay here for a little longer, but if the crime can, let me walk that back a little bit, Terry. As of right now, we're looking to move. We're looking at another year of being here, and then we're gone. So that being said, we got to start looking for the another place to live, right? So that's that. And right, and guys, so a lot of my moderators are going to answer some of my questions for me. If I miss any, uh, sorry, they'll answer it for you for the most part. All right. So New York City, sorry, not New York City. The mayor, that asshole mayor of mine, of New York City, that is, he announced today that the city is in financial peril, meaning that by fall, which is probably September, um, he's going to have to cut 22,000 city employees. That's bad, right? Now, being that he wants to cut 22,000 city employees, that is bad. Depends on where he cuts them from, right? So now he can cut down, let's say, 10,000 cops. 10,000 cops would be a nice little dent in their force. But with everyone screaming defund the police, he might take advantage of that, right? Then he might let go or lay off 5,000 firemen. Um, all right, Marbury, give me a couple of seconds. Matter of fact, yeah, give me a couple seconds. I'll get you on. I gotta find my iPad though. So anyway, sorry. So it depends on where they cut the numbers from, guys. It could be yeah, Rusty Nails 2200. That's I mean 22,000. Wait, did he say 22,000? Yeah, he said 22,000, not 2200. Sorry, 2200 is a drop in the bucket. 22,000. He repeated it twice. So 22,000 employees will be getting let go. Again, that could be a mesh of that's a mishmash of different agencies: fire department, EMS, corrections, sanitation. Who else? Buildings, any other city agencies that exist. DEP, I think if DEP is city, um, he can pull from and let them go. So again, that depends on how many cops he lets go, how many firemen he lets go, is going to dictate how bad the city gets. Um, he mentioned that the economy wouldn't be coming back, would take a while for it to come back, obviously, right? And we're not even in the second wave yet. So that's a problem. So somebody asked if I had an Instagram account. My Instagram account is the Angry Prepper. So um, just type in the Angry Prepper on the Instagram, and I should pop up. Let's see. I'm gonna try to add Marbury here. See if it works over the phone. I hope it does. So anyway, Young Ko, I agree with you. Absolutely cut traffic enforcement. But here's the problem with traffic enforcement. They make I forgot what percentage of money they make for the city. So they're probably not going to let them go, which is, you know, a shame because no one likes traffic cops. So it would have to be, again, it would have to be um, one of us, one of the like firemen, cops, EMTs. All right, so I'm trying to find the video now. Marbury should be at it right now. I just added you over the phone. It actually worked. So anyway, guys, right, bugs. Traffic enforcement is a big revenue. So I don't see them cutting too many out of them. They might cut out people they just hired. One of the things they might do is go with the young, right? So they'll start with the young guys and then work their way up. They will probably let guys know, listen, if 1,000 of you retire today, for example, which a lot of cops are considering retiring. I heard 600 guys are putting their papers in, but I don't know. I don't know that for sure. Again, that's one of those rumor mills you hear in the news, you hear on the street with cops that 600 guys are putting their shit in because they're done. Um, AP, how about he starts? Dan H, you're right. Why doesn't he start his own protection? You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure the city is flipping the bill for his wife, his daughter, his son, because I think they individually have their own detail, especially when they split up. Being that the daughter is probably in an insane asylum as we speak, I think that definitely should happen. Yeah, unbridled 42, right? Exactly. A lot of guys are leaving. Thanks, WD. A lot of cops nationwide are leaving the force. Listen, rightfully so. Again, this is probably going to turn into another debate, but cops are getting the shit end of the stick. I understand that cops are abusing their power, but you can't blame all cops for a few, right? And the problem is the cops have interactions by the tens of millions, if I'm not mistaken, a year, right? So probably more than that, actually, probably more than tens of millions, probably hundreds of millions a year. And you have a few skirmishes out of that few hundred million interactions. We're crying about a couple that, bad cops that, listen, bad cops right now are paying a price. The problem is a lot of places are having a knee jerk reaction with firing them and charging them with murder, like the last cop in Atlanta. The last cop in Atlanta should not have gotten charged. He should not have gotten charged with murder. He shouldn't have got fired. That was a righteous shoot. All right. You don't point anything at a cop, especially a taser, which a taser in Atlanta or Georgia rather is a lethal weapon. Right. So with that cop shouldn't have got fired. What's his name? Derek Chauvin? Absolutely. First of all, firing is not the right word for Derek Chauvin. More should be done to him. Um, but nonetheless, the system has to handle it, right? Now, if the system fails and this cop gets off, that's going to be pretty bad. But nonetheless, cops are paying for the shit they're doing. A cop got fired or suspended in NYPD because he had somebody in a chokehold. Listen, if you've never been in a fight, you know that. Let me walk that back again. Sorry. If you've never been in a fight, you do not know how valuable a headlock is or a chokehold is. It's it's hard to say, but I've been in enough fights in my time, and I can tell you this much, man. When you get a guy in a headlock and he submits, the fight is done. The problem with it is that cops are holding on too long, right? And that's probably a training thing. But if you've never been in, like I said, you've never been in a fight, you have no idea how valuable a fucking headlock or a chokehold is. And even in a street fight, I've let go of fucking guys, right? So, um, and you always squirm your way out. The problem is, once the guy passes out, you need to let go. Um, should the cop shot the taser pointer or not? In your opinion, Tony? Yes, the cop. In my opinion, listen. If I knew the guy grabbed the taser from me and he shot the taser at me and missed, the next thing that would have came out would have been my nightstick, and I would have fucking thrown it at him. And whether I hit him in the head or the back, I would have watched him collapse to the ground. That's me, right? The thing is, here's the thing, right? Right, Marlon, it was illegal and right to shoot, right? But the thing is that there's no but. Here's the problem, guys. Here's a flat out problem. A couple years ago, two cops were tussling with a suspect, and the suspect took the taser of one cop. He tases that cop, takes his gun, and shoots the other cop. That is why that was a righteous shoot, right? So we've seen it before. So when it happens, and though it might not happen a lot, nonetheless it still happens. And the cop training took over, and he shot the dude. Now you have some people saying, "Oh, he should have shot him in the legs." You know how hard it is to shoot somebody in the legs? And even if you shoot somebody in the legs, do you know that shooting them in the legs, you can still hit the femoral artery and the guy will bleed out anyway? So, again, with the bullshit, shooting him in the legs, it could have been an option if the cop was a fucking sharpshooter. If he was, let's say, a Hawkeye, he could absolutely shoot him in the leg and disarm him. But he's not. He's a cop. Cops shoot center mass. Center mass is the chest or the back. Now, you're not supposed to shoot anyone in the back, obviously, but this guy wasn't turned around all the way. He turned partially around and had his back exposed to the cop while shooting something at him. Listen, we're in a shitty time right now. And now cops are getting fired for righteous shoots. I don't get it. Right, Merlin. Derek knew Floyd. And that's the problem. They're not telling that narrative because that narrative would destroy the rest of what the liberals are pushing, what Black Lives Matter is pushing. They were like, "Oh, it was a black man and a white cop." No, it was two dudes that didn't like each other. That's what it came down to. But they don't want to report that. They don't want to report two guys, right? The media keeps saying white and black, white and black, white and black, because the media wants to stir the nest, the hornet's nest, if you will, and they stirred it really good this time. Because instead of just saying, "Listen, cop shot or cop choked out dude," we would be, I don't think we'd be here. But because the idiots of society, right, they feel that they're being mistreated. They feel that they're tired of black people being mistreated. And I can tell you this much, guys. I can walk down the street right now. What's going on, Titus? I can walk down the street right now and not have to worry about a cop. All right. I walk down the street right now. I'm worried about the next guy. And to be honest, I don't have to worry about much, right? I don't walk down the street looking over my back. But if I have my camera gear out, I do look over my shoulders and make sure no one's going to snatch it. And you know who's going to snatch it? Not a cop. Not some ominous white guy walking through the neighborhood. Another brother or Spanish dude's going to take it from me, right? We had a girl last week, black girl, shot in the Bronx somewhere. She had just graduated. She gets shot by a stray bullet. Where'd the stray bullet come from? Stray bullet didn't come from the cop. Didn't come from some white dude. Came from another brother, right? So again, people need to stop with the bullshit and the Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter matters when you tackle the entire picture, not when you pick and choose what you want to tackle. So Black Lives Matter to this day are full of shit. They can eat a dick too while they're at it because they are pushing this sick narrative to rip the country apart. And it doesn't help at all that white supremacists are starting to make their way out of the goddamn woods. Those dudes were hiding in there for fucking years. Now they made this a point to come out and start rattling cages and wearing a KKK hood and shit. So they're not helping at all. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not a big fan of Black Lives Matter, but if I saw a guy in a Klansman outfit, I would definitely break his nuts. I'm not going to let that shit go. I'm definitely not going to, I'm not going to see a guy in a Klansman suit and be like, "Oh man, look at him." I'm going to break his balls. I'm not going to go hands on either, but I'm going to break his nuts. Listen, freedom of expression goes a long way. I get it. But that's why my freedom to express him wearing that KKK uniform, I can do that. Again, without going hands on. But there is a right to express your freedom. If you don't like black people, so be it. You don't like white people, so be it. You could express how much you hate hipsters and vegans. By all means, they're actually not covered in the hate category, but I don't like them, so that's why I throw it out there. Especially hipsters. But there needs to be a line. There needs to be a line drawn. And the problem is that we're not respecting, like someone just said, we're not respecting each other's opinions, right? A guy could stand over there on that side and say, "I hate you because you're black," and I'd be like, "All right, man, thank you, you're right." And listen, the other thing is, guys, racism is not a white and black thing. Let's get that shit out of there. I'm gonna release another video probably tonight on racism and talking about racism. Racism is fucking everywhere. It's not a white and black thing. It's not a black and white thing. It's not a fucking white and Chinese thing. It's an everyone who doesn't like another race thing. That's what it comes down to. The narrative that these stupid fucking corporations are pushing, and people are saying, "Oh, it's just white and black people need more of this." I don't need your fucking help. I could do this shit on my own. I've gotten this far on my own. I refuse to need help from a corporation like I'm a retarded kid or some shit that needs help in the Special Olympics. I don't need it. The black race doesn't need it. What the black people need is to move on their own and make it work. FSPA, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the donation. Right? That's what the black community needs. The black community needs to take accountability for their shit. Enough. All right? Everyone else is taking accountability for their shit. The Jews who suffered the Holocaust has taken accountability for whatever they might have done in the past, right? Or taking accountability, sorry, meaning they move forward. They didn't just sit there and go, oh my God, look what Hitler did to us, and rock themselves asleep crying. They fucking kept moving forward and thrived. And that shit was only like 60 years ago or 70 years ago, the Holocaust, right? It wasn't that long ago, and they're moving forward. Yet the black community is hanging on to racism and slavery. You fucking kidding me? A kid getting shot in the street is because of slavery? Get the fuck out of here. Yes, Noob, some blacks are racist. You're right. So Marbury asks, how many people knew that Hillary Clinton was on trial for Benghazi these past 2 weeks? No one knew that because we were fucking arguing and fighting about racial tension and shit like that. You know, it's I don't know, guys. I just think you know, the whole race thing is getting out of fucking hand. And I hate the fact that they make it sound like black people are the only people in this fucking country that are experiencing racism. They're not. All right. I mean, granted, I experienced racism from Dominicans. I experienced racism from Koreans and Chinese, white people. Obviously, that goes without saying. Actually, I experienced racism from a lot of different people. Right. South Americans, you name it. I experienced Native Americans. I've experienced racism from. I mean, like straight in your face, fuck you, Negro, kind of shit. All right. And Jews, I experienced racism from them as well. And so that alone tells you that racism is everywhere. It's not a white and black thing. People need to cut the shit and stop letting stop being distracted. Thank you, Raymond, by the bullshit. Right. So again, Hillary Clinton's in court or talking about the Benghazi hearings. She's probably going to get a smack on the wrist, and we're not going to hear about it because somebody else is going to get killed by a cop. Yes, baby, civil rights wasn't that long ago, but again, stop crying about it. Move forward. Black people are here and we can make our own future. But instead, we're going to blame slavery? Enough. Enough with the bullshit. There are millions of black men who have made it. Whether they're a cop, fireman, or they're an entrepreneur, or doctor, nurse, or astronaut, we've gotten this far. So the woe is me party is over. All right. So again, we need to stop crying about the shit and just move forward. Yes, remember it, teach it in history. I definitely think schools should have a more complex Black history course, not the bullshit they teach you. You know, not the good Negroes as some of us would put it. I'm talking about the entire history, from slavery to abolitionist leader to leaders today. And we don't have many leaders today, so scratch that. But you know, Frederick Douglass, exact. Thank you, Merlin. Right? Those are people we should be talking about. Malcolm X, right? Martin Luther King, obviously. The first black astronaut, female black astronaut. Those are people we should be talking about. We shouldn't be talking about Floyd, and we shouldn't be talking about drug dealers, Sean Bell, who was killed, you know, doing illegal shit. All right. So again, enough with the crybaby party. Enough with the oh my God, those black people, they need help. Let's go help them. Fuck you. I don't need your help. We don't need your help. We need to help ourselves. And the problem is when you empower people's weakness, it becomes a crutch. And when it becomes a fucking crutch, it becomes this, the ghetto, shit, drug dealing, shootings, rapings, you name it, this is where it is. So anyway, yes, Merlin, I am actually looking forward to that too. I am looking forward to seeing Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill, just because, you know, I'm interested to see what that looks like. I don't oppose to that. Or maybe, I mean, I don't think they can come up with another denomination, but I do not oppose to that at all. Listen, a lot of places they change their currency, or the face of whoever is the president at the time or the leader of that country at the time. They change their money. I think we should do the same. Like I said, I'm just curious to see what a Harriet Tubman bill would look like, or a Frederick Douglass bill. That would be interesting. But anyway, like I said, that's just my opinion. All right, going down the list. So while we've been bickering at one another, right? Again, racist bullshit. Um, India and China have been getting into a skirmish. The skirmish could lead to another Third World War. Now, North Korea demolished a liaison building where the North Koreans and the South Koreans were working together to make a better Korea, I guess. Right? I don't know. Um, Hung Blitz, that would be an interesting one too. Malcolm X bill. Or Rosa Parks bill. I would actually like to see that. A little more recent, if you will, and a pretty lady. I mean, I guess Harriet Tubman was pretty, but I don't know, because a lot of the pictures of her are like, you know, darkened, and you really can't see her features. I'm not breaking her balls for being black. I'm just saying you really can't. But Rosa Parks, we all remember that. We all remember seeing her alive. So I wouldn't mind seeing that as well. So now North Korea is playing their bullshit. North Korea, uh, Kim Jong Un's sister, is calling the shots now. We're calling a lot of shots. Um, Robert, you're right. India and China war equals a nuclear winter, because North Korea just threatened the United States again with nuclear war. And I'm like, God damn it, man! Now we're gonna see a nuclear winter before the year's out. Like, I mean, listen, I'm not saying the war's gonna happen today, but the way shit is going, I wouldn't be surprised if fucking North Korea launched a nuke just to say fuck it, and let's kill everyone in the United States. Though North Korea will probably get wiped off the map, then we have to worry about Russia and China. Marco, that would be interesting. Vanessa Williams, I like that. Yeah, Stephanie, the Aunt Jemima thing is a pisser. I'm annoyed. Listen, I have to say this: the statues being torn down is absolute bullshit. Some people make a point. Well, why would you put vile people from history on a pedestal? Yes. Should the statues be removed? No. Should they be torn down? Hell fucking no. The reason why they shouldn't be torn down is because they just tore down a statue of a Union soldier, general, I think it was, or officer, sorry. And he was on the side of the Union. He was fighting against the Confederates, and they tore down his statue because the idiots in the field said, oh shit, look, a white statue, or a white man statue, let's tear it down. And they tore it down. Now they look like assholes because this guy was a fucking a Union soldier. So this is why you shouldn't be tearing statues down, because that kind of shit happens, right? And then you're trying to erase history. Good, bad, or indifferent, guys. The founding fathers, the statues we see or saw, sorry, built this country. Period. They built this country, and this country's gone through hell and back to get to where we are now. Yes, Riri, exactly. People who are moving the statues are not even black people, just fucking these white little spoiled fucking brats who are tearing it down just because they can get away with it. Again, tearing down statues is not the way to go. Educating the public is the way to go. That's how you get people to go, okay, this is why he's here. You got to talk about the good that these guys did as well. Yes, they owned slaves. That was bad. Yes, some of them probably beat their slaves and raped their slaves. That is equally as bad, though there's no proof of it. But owning slaves, there's proof of it. That being said, um, that being said, they still built this country, regardless. And I heard about that unbridled. And so why listen again? Why take down history? Why take down the guys who built this country? We are here in this country right now because of them, right? A lot of us blacks or Africans are here because of slavery. We might still be in Africa right now, fighting with a fucking warlord over a fucking grain of rice. Or Africa might be a better place if we stayed put. Who knows? But we can't play the what if card. We can only play the card that's in front of us. And the card that's in front of us, we are here in this great nation, free, doing what the fuck we want to do. Because I can guarantee you right now, if I did this shit, this YouTube channel shit in certain parts of Africa, they'd be like, go fuck yourself. If I did this shit, if I lived in China, for example, they'd be restricting my channel, right? We get to do what we do here because this is a great nation and it was built. That's how it is. So listen, um, however you want to look at it, it is what it is. So nonetheless, we are here, um, and I like being here. I don't want to be in Africa. Sorry, all right. So that's that. That was that for that rant. Sorry. So we talked about the update in the channel. North Korea looks like they want to start some shit. Trail of Tears. Joseph, the Trail of Tears. That was that Native American massacre, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Shit. That sounds familiar. It was something about the Native Americans and the atrocities they did. Listen, guys, I don't gloss over shit. So when people tell me about Native Americans, like losing out and this, that, and the third, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. It was a land grab by the white man. The white man won. I mean, we can't go back in time and change it. Um, all we could do is move forward. That's it. So I mean, sitting there and playing, oh, Native Americans, this, that. Listen, the Native Americans I met don't like black folks. All right, and it wasn't. Thank you, Unbridled 42. And it wasn't just here in New York. It was in Arizona twice, and then here in New York once. And my ex-wife, who's half Native American, um, told me the stories on how her mother's side didn't accept her or her father. They shunned them away. So I don't have any love lost to Native Americans. I really don't. And that's just because I was so thrown back and taken back by their racist bullshit. Being that they went through what we went through, if not worse. All right, and they treated black people like shit. So again, am I going to not talk to any Native Americans? Hell, fucking no. I'll talk to anybody on this planet as long as you treat me with respect. But the last few Native Americans I met did not treat me with respect. So I take them with a grain of salt. I don't open arms like, oh brother, we were treated the same. Fuck that. It doesn't work that way. So, Crybaby Nation. That's my next topic we're going to talk about. Uh, enough with the crying, right? People all over are crying over everything. They want to change the Aunt Jemima syrup mascot, Uncle Ben, Land O'Lakes. Keep in mind, Land O'Lakes was actually the art for Land O'Lakes was drawn by a Native American. Uh, Aunt Jemima was changed from the typical slave look to an actual black woman, and yet people still found that racist. Um, and now everyone's crying. Now they want to get rid of Paw Patrol. So those of you who don't know what Paw Patrol is a kids cartoon with dogs, and each dog is from a different agency, if you will, fireman, cop, I think ambulance, military, something like that. And one of them is just like I think one of them is like a medic. Okay, so that's Paw Patrol. But because of the police dog, they want to get rid of the show. Okay, then they want to get rid of Gone with the Wind. I don't get it, but all right. So the problem is the corporation of America are listening to babies. They're listening to these fucking asshole kids cry, bitch, and moan. And for what? Right? So, um, enough already with the fucking crying. I don't give a fuck about Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, or Land O'Lakes. They're fucking mascots, and they were mascots done right. They had to be redone, and they were done right, and people are still crying, right? Um, right, DW. So with that, um, I don't know. It seems to be just enough. All right. And I don't know why people continue to fucking bitch and moan about it. Yeah, Sarita, they are, and I don't understand it. I don't understand them. Yes, Wild River. That's what it was. Thank you. Creamer Weed is next. The black dude with the chef's hat, smiling. Yeah, he's gone. Say goodbye to him. And you know what? Listen, man. I tell you right now, I'm not buying Aunt Jemima anymore. I don't give a fuck what they call it. Right? If they have some fucking, you know, like somebody else put it, binary lesbian with antlers, I'm not buying the fucking thing. I don't care if they put, a transgender tiger on it. I'm not buying the fucking thing. The company's dead to me. Uncle Ben, that company's dead to me. It's these companies are trying to side with the cause they know nothing about, and that is the worst part about this whole thing. All right. So Amazon, for example, AT&T, the big companies, you name them, they're fucking trying to side with a movement they know nothing about. Zero. They're just like, oh my god, another black guy was killed. Let's do something, and then they snap judgment and they fucking side with the idiots out there who don't know any better. The idiots who are fucking crying about shit they know nothing about. All right, so it's just um, it's just enough. I mean, listen. My idea is to start boycotting all these companies that get rid of their mascots. Fuck them, right? They want to change. They want to listen to a few fucking morons. So be it. Listen to a few morons. Boycott them. Fuck them. You know. Again, right? Aunt Jemima was based off a real black woman. They want to change that. I don't get it. You know. But when you're uneducated and you're a moron, this is what happened. True, prepared now. You're right. You are right. It is just corn syrup, but I loved it, and now I have to say goodbye. Um, it is what it is. But how much more of this are we gonna take, right? So Amazon yesterday, I was on Amazon yesterday, which by the way, guys, I'm gonna buy a gimbal so when I do another walk of the city when they shut us down again, I have another protest or riot. I'll have a gimbal that's gonna keep it stable. But but yeah, the gimbal so that I get less complaints about the shaky camera bullshit. But listen, Amazon actually had a they have a black section. I forgot what it was called. It was like it wasn't Black Lives Matter. It was like Black Experience or something like that. So obviously, when you click on Amazon, you see this little section, and I think it says "We stand with Black Lives Matter," some shit like that. And you click on it, and then they start mentioning the people who were killed by cops, and then they mention that asshole Ray Shard who was shot in Atlanta, and then they mentioned Eric Gardner, who was fucking resisting the police and was not choked to death, right? And then they mentioned a couple like Tamir Rice, who rightfully so. But corporations need not to be stepping into this. They need to keep their distance from this. They want to show support. Maybe they could donate secretly, but being out in the open and supporting this, you can lose revenue both ways. So the best way for you to do this is to step out of it. Period. Um, Leap of faith. Thank you. But I'm also using that as an excuse to buy something. So buy something new, that is, because why not? Yeah, Sarita, I'm looking to buy the DJI Osmo 3. It's that or the Finutech. I'm probably screwing that name up, but those two are on my radar. But I'm gonna look at the Smooth uh, when I get off of this. Matter of fact, Sarita, just send me the link to the gimbal you bought to my email, uh, angryprepper@gmail.com. Yeah, what's happening? That's exactly it. The what's his name? Michael Brown, right? Another guy, another fucking asshole who's being an asshole, reaches for the cop's gun, gets shot, and then everyone's crying about it. So, but listen, guys, it I don't know how much more of this we can go. So now, here's the other. Oh shit. Here's the other issue we're starting to see right now. We're starting to see. Hold on, let me address anything that I missed. Define prepper. That's exactly it. And I don't know why people don't see that. I don't know why people think, oh my god, Amazon cares about me. Amazon gives two fucking shits about you. So does Whole Foods, Fairway, Legos, AT&T, you name it, T-Mobile. They can give a fuck about you. They want your money. That's it. Because as soon as this is over, they're gonna push some dumbass narrative, all right, and whatever that narrative is. Um, I noticed that for example, the gay community was pushing black trans that were killed by other black men. They tried to make that a fight. That quickly disappeared because it was pointed out that they were killed by other black people. So to tell me you're going to worry about the, I don't know, 13 black trans that were killed last year by other black men, and not the, I don't know, tens of thousands of black men killed a year by the hands of another black man. So you want to focus on 13 fucking people that were killed to the tens of thousands. I do not understand, right? So being said, sorry, it's stupid. All right, everyone's trying to ride the tails of Black Lives Matter. It's insane. They're just trying to get their little, pick in there. Like, oh, look at us. We're somewhat black. Listen to us now. You know, fuck Black Lives Matter. I mean, really, they can. I up to here with them and their lying bullshit. Enough already. And then I hope you people seen that video that came out with them saying that they're trained Marxists, right? And oh, by the way, I need to clarify my video about autonomous zones. I kept saying autonomous. I apologize for that. I had the discussion with my wife. She tells me it's autonomous. It's autonomous, not autonomous. And I go, okay. And what do? I turn around, film the video, and I kept saying autonomous. I'm an idiot. So it's autonomous, not autonomous. I apologize for that. I didn't realize I was saying it wrong until a couple of people were breaking my nuts. Like, yo, you're saying it wrong. And then I looked at the video and I was like, shit. Felt stupid. But such is life, man. Such is life. So, another problem we are starting to have, guys, is the COVID is starting to flare up again. COVID-19 is flaring up. Lori, I have not been out to eat yet. Not at all. Not at all. We've been ordering out, like, and having it delivered here, but we haven't eaten out. We haven't sat anywhere and ate there yet. Um, but not yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. So the COVID-19 is flaring up. I forgot what states. Arizona's having a problem. Texas is having a problem. Florida's starting to see another problem again. Now, this is not considered the second wave, which is the more alarming part. The COVID is flaring up because of all these demonstrations. Now, I find it interesting that an article came out saying the COVID is not spiking amongst Black Lives Matter protests. Go fuck yourself. Whoever wrote that article, they can go eat a dick. That is absolute bullshit. So you mean to tell me everyone who's protesting everyone else is catching COVID, but Black Lives Matter, they have this shield around them where they're not going to get fucking tainted? Get the fuck out of here. It was the stupidest article I've ever seen. And now I'm starting to see a drive in media lying to us more and more. Now, we've always known the media's lie to us, but they are blatantly obvious about it, and DW. No, she wasn't, but the case is coming up. You're right. She wasn't in court, but the case is being brought up, and I think she's being subpoenaed along with like a bunch of other people. That happened actually last week. But anyway, right, what's happening? I mean, like, listen, it's insane that these people sitting here lying to us, and you're like, man, was I fucking born last night? Like, how the fuck did that everyone else who's protesting um is catching COVID, but Black Lives Matters like has this shield around them, and then like COVID is bouncing off of them. Fuck you, Lisa. Thank you for that. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. It's right. The media, and listen, I noticed something too. The media has been Google, for example, has been burying a lot of shit. Like I was looking up the whole Civil War and why it was started and why it wasn't, and it was right down the line slavery. But yet, if you read other books, if you will, not articles, books, you'll see that it was also started because of other issues that the South was having with the North. But they just kept pushing the narrative of slavery and slavery only. Um, Shaq, and a couple people dressed this. Shaq, yes, there's supposedly a blue flu starting the weekend, the 4th of July. I do not know. Brant, I do agree with you, but I need concrete proof. Though I will tell you, I did see some trees that might be that might that are probably being affected by the 5Gs with the trees outside. I will take a picture and at some point put it in one of my videos. But I did see something interesting with those trees this year because we had a mulberry tree that bloomed every year this time, and fruits, the berries dropping from the trees every year, and they installed the 5Gs early or late last year after the mulberry died, and this year the mulberries are having a problem growing. So I don't know if that's 5Gs or I don't know if that's the weather itself. But we also didn't get a lot of rain, so there's also that. Um, you know, no problem, Tom. No problem owing you that. So anyway, guys, um, right, Robert. All right, and that's the thing. It's only slavery. That's the crazy shit. So you dig deep, you start finding more articles. But again, right. And thank you, Lynn. And that's the thing. So it's just that they try to cover they bury that shit deep in Google. I mean, you got to search for it. You're not going to find it on the first like 2 3 pages. You got to go back, and then you start seeing articles, right? Though, listen, um, right, Tony, and that's the other thing. They don't mention that. They make it like the South that everybody was for slavery. No, not everybody was for slavery. You know, slavery was a moneymaker, was a greedy thing. It was, but when slavery ended, guess what didn't happen? The economy wasn't affected either way. You know, sorry, the economy wasn't affected by slavery; it was affected by the war. So, again, dig deep. You see a lot of shit. But I don't want to get into the Civil War of the past. I want to get into the possible Civil War of the future. Now, I have spoken about Civil War popping up and maybe getting started, and that's because of this whole race war. Now, are we going to have a race war? I don't know. Are we going to have a civil war? I don't know. The problem with the civil war is that there are too many people in too many different directions. I said this before. I'll say it again. There are too many different directions on a civil war right now. We have too many people standing up for different things. We got people standing up for Black Lives Matter. We have anarchists, right, or fascists standing up for less cops, less government. We got people standing up for the gay community. We have people standing up for the poor kids who don't eat, right? We got vegans screaming about more vegan shit. So again, uh, it's we're all over the place. We can't even come together on one fucking thing, right? Fucking guy gets killed by a cop. Everybody's trying to interject their little bullshit in the middle of this. Now, listen, I don't like Black Lives Matter. I don't like that they're martyring George Floyd, but nonetheless, this is their platform. They want to scream, bitch, and moan. Let it be their platform. Let Black Lives Matter and the morons of the world have their platform. Don't start trying to interject other bullshit into it, and that's what people are doing. People are trying to piggyback this movement with their bullshit, i.e., tearing down statues. And these kids think that it's a revolution, and it's not a revolution. It really isn't. The revolution that comes, the revolution that happens is going to be ugly. And when the revolution happens, I fear that America is going to be on its ass when it happens. It's not going to be now. It's going to be if we get a bomb dropped on us and we're trying to get back together again. Then you're going to see different factions. But you might not see that. We might not see that in our lifetime. Right. So um, I hope we don't see it in our lifetime. Well, let me rephrase that. But if a civil war does happen, at some point, people are going to make us choose sides. Now, I know I'm not going to choose a side. I'm probably going to stand in the middle, like fucking one of those Norwegian neutral countries. But Switzerland, Switzerland, and Sweden. Sorry, am I saying that wrong? I'm probably saying that wrong. But I'm going to have to stay neutral because I'm not going to sit there and fight with Black Lives Matter, and I'm shit sure not going to join the fucking Ku Klux Klan. So there I go in the middle, right? So, an update on New York City. New York City has entered phase 3 or 2. Um, so restaurants are open, but outdoor eating only. Um, Stores are open. Switzerland, thank you guys. Stores are open, but they're only letting a certain amount of people in, so that means you have to wait online. You go to the store, you have to have a mask on. I agree with you, Joe. I side with my kids, side with my family only. But train of thought was lost. Oh, so sorry. So the city's open again, pretty much for the most part, not all of it, right? So they're not opening up movie theaters, concerts, sporting arenas. Those are not opening up, and that's still a lot of people out of work. Thanks, best bar in town. So I think phase 3 is when they open up the inside of the restaurants and they have a limited amount of tables inside. So you're going to eat outdoors and have a limited amount of tables inside. Now, here's the fucked up part. Some of the restaurants, if not all, are going to make you wear a mask while you're inside. So the only time you take your mask off is when you're eating. And I thought to myself, what if a restaurant made you do that? How stupid would that be? Very goddamn stupid. Right? So that means to tell me while I'm sitting there waiting for my food, I have to have my mask on. And when I eat, am I eating and taking my mask off and then shoving the food in my mouth and putting the mask back on? Because that's really fucking annoying. And I don't see myself doing that. And if they made me do it, fuck them. I'm not doing it. It's as simple as that. So, God, if I say your name wrong, please forgive me. Vajra. I hope I'm not screwing your name up. But um, I was going to get to the economic collapse. Frankson, right. Phase 3 is 50% capacity. So there's 60 tables in there. Guess how many tables are in there now? 30. But the other 30 tables might be put outside. So they might still be able to make the same revenue. Might be. But right, eating with a mask is stupid. This is getting dumb. All right. So the economic collapse is coming. I'm so fucking sure of it. I mean, this fucking country's in disarray right now. Um, they keep pumping money into something that's not going to fucking work. Unfortunately, the economy has to crash severely for it to come back. Um, that's like keeping a band-aid over a wound. At some point, you have to take the band-aid off to let the air in, which does what? Dry out the wound and helps it heal. Unfortunately, the economy is going to have to crash for it to get better. But trying to keep pumping it so that it stays up there makes no sense. And it's just going to put us in a deeper hole. So that's going to be a problem. It's definitely going to be an issue. People are saying by September or fall, we're going to see an economic disaster. I really hope not. And if we do, get ready. All I can tell you guys is get ready. Do yourself a favor and keep buying shit. Their food, water, toilet paper is being restocked. Do yourself a favor, buy more. Do not stop buying. Right now, I'm trying to, like I said before, get the fuck out of here. Because if an economic crisis happens, this city's toast. We're already laying 22,000 fucking members off, right? So, um, what's going on, Chicken? So, again, we have to assume the worst. Lamprey, thank you for the donation. Oh, aren't hustling at work anymore. Have you noticed people aren't hustling to work anymore? So Lamprey, the again, thank you for the donation. There's not a lot of traffic out there, so I'm assuming people are still working from home. Now, my wife is still working from home, um, and her job made no mention of her going back. They did mention that they were opening up the building so people can come back to work, but she is not. Right now, they're not talking about her coming back. And here's the kick in the dick. Um, a lot of companies got a taste of what it's like for their employees to stay home, where they can downsize the office, save money, and let the employees work from home. Right. Um, that being said, I can see a lot of people staying home and not going to work. Eid Noob, I'm gonna say Trump. I'm definitely not voting for Biden. That's a goddamn sure. Unfortunately, we have to vote for someone now. You can write your own name in and vote for yourself. You could write in Mickey Mouse, vote for him. Um, but nonetheless, this battle for this country has gotten a whole hell of a lot serious than it did, let's say, 6 months ago. 6 months ago, you would ask me who I was voting for. I would have said myself. I was writing my name in, and I would have voted for myself. Um, this year, because the shit is real, and we might have a crazy kook in office, I'm going to say Trump. Though I'm not a big fan of Trump, I am definitely not a fan of Biden. Um, my worry is this book that's coming out about Trump. They're doing everything in their power to stop this book from coming out. So I do not know what's in this book that's damaging, that they're scared of. They're scared of the book, and that to me is a red flag. I mean, listen, he's tried to stop a lot of books, but they're pulling out all the stops on this one. Arizona 1292, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. But I don't understand why they're going out their way to stop this book. But listen, it's yeah, CMI. It's definitely going to be scary because this is some. It's really bad. I mean, listen, like I said, I was going to play around with the elections to just vote for myself, but I don't know. I do not know where this is going. So I'd rather vote for the devil I know than the devil I don't. And if you vote Biden in, who's a flip flopper, by the way, you vote Biden in, who the fuck knows what's going to happen? Um, what's happening? The book is out. Okay. All right. So then if the book is out, then there shouldn't be nothing that damaging then. But they were trying to stop that book like tooth and nail to get it like, you know, a stop juncture. I guess common sense. I hope so. You know, I hope the sales will. But for example, my buddy's gym down downtown, it's a CrossFit gym. If they close again, if we have another shutdown, guys, the unemployment rate is going to skyrocket. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the second wave closing shit down. If the second wave closes shit down, we're fucked. We're fucked 8 ways to Sunday because that means more people are going to be out of work because a lot of these businesses were barely hanging on, and now you put them in the same boat again, they're toast, right? He knows he's not going to be able to survive the next fucking shutdown. A lot of businesses I'm hearing might not what you call the shutdown. Check in. Was it? Yeah. Were there a lot of there were a lot of trolls on his live stream? I didn't notice it, but then again, I wasn't on that long. So Yeah, listen, guys. Like I said, and here's the thing: whoever you guys decide to vote for, you could tell me right now. I'm not going to be like unfriend me or don't follow me or whatever the fuck it is. I'm not a child, right? That's the problem. We become a child nation or crybaby nation because people be like, "You're voting for Trump." I'm not talking to you. I'm like, okay, don't talk to me. You know, it's not like I'm going to lose sleep over this shit. But that's immature. That's very, very immature. You're not talking to somebody because they voted for someone. You know, um, right, Marbury? They've been trying to remove him from office from the moment he walked in. Um, Frankston. I was talking about the book by his niece. Donald Trump's niece is trying to release a book, and they've been trying to stop that uh, for the last couple of days. That's the book I'm worried about because the fact that they're going to hell and high water to stop that book means there's something in that book that's damaging. Because again, she's not part of the political system. She's not in his, you know, his party. She's his niece. So what the fuck does she have to say that can destroy him? Clearly something bad if they're trying everything in their power to stop her from releasing that book. Right? That got me nervous because I know what that looks like, man. I know exactly what that is. And I fear that if this book comes out and he did something to her, he's fucked. His election is lost. Um, and so that's the problem. The Bolton book, that's just Bolton being a baby and crying. Um, you know, no one really cares about what Bolton says. Bolton is patting himself on the back the entire book. So fuck his book. But it's her book, Donald Trump's niece's book that I'm worried about. Again, if that book comes out and she has something in there about him, Murphy's Law, whether it's a lie or not, doesn't matter. That book can very well destroy his presidency and his reelection. And that's the scary shit because guess who steps in the picture? Fucking Biden, right? So I don't know, man. We have to wait and see what this book is. No, Lynn, I wasn't talking about that. We have to wait and see what this book unveils or reveals. Sorry, um, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not feeling that book at all, and I'm not feeling the fact that they're trying to stop it. A book that has nothing to do with national security. That's a big red flag for me. As much as I want to vote for him, I'm hoping this is not what I think it is. So anyway, so it looks like we covered a lot today. We got an hour out of the way. Christina, I do not have the title of the book. All you have to do is Google Donald Trump's niece's book, and it'll come up. Um, but like I said, I don't know what to do. So let's. I'm gonna try something today because I'm hardwired into the internet again because I'm sitting in my living room. I want to show you guys one of the riot scenes that I was in the middle of. That was pretty. If I can even find it. God damn it. Maybe I can't. No, of course I can't. All right, so no, it's not here. Sorry, guys. It's not here because I had to switch accounts with this, and I forgot that this was. Oh wait, hold on. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Video. Oh. All right, no, it's not here. All right, I shall find it some other. The next live stream, guys, will show you one of the moments that got pretty. I'm gonna say hairy. I'm gonna go on a limb and say it got pretty hairy because I was standing in the middle of it, thinking to myself, this is a bad place to be. Um, but nonetheless, it was still fun. It was a fun moment, but it was also an oh shit moment because when the cops came running at me, I was like, fuck. Like they looked like they weren't going to stop, like at all. All right, that's not working out. All right, fuck it. So, trying to listen, guys. Sorry, trying to show you one that listen, that Best Buy scene with the looting was by far one of the best. And I didn't live stream that one. I actually recorded it because I couldn't get the live stream up fast enough. So I recorded it with my phone. But I had to fix it. I had to fix the stream because the stream came out in a different file. So anyway, that seemed to be gone. I think I got rid of it because it was taking up too much space. So I will show you guys the video when I get it up and running. But it was pretty... Nope, that's a picture. Alright guys, so here's the other thing. Here's the other problem I noticed here in New York. Fireworks. Fireworks have been going off like someone's been giving them out for free here in New York. Fireworks are going off right now as we speak. I mean, an ungodly amount. I can't... Yeah, chicken, definitely. Being that you also help out the NY Prepper, yeah, why not? I guess the more the merrier. But the idea behind all those fireworks, I haven't heard anything like this since the 90s, 80s, if you will. Lost for words. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Chicken, you're in. Um, so yeah, Murphy's Law. I noticed that. So there's a mix between fireworks and gunshots. I don't know if they're trying to mask the two. I doubt these guys are that creative and that smart. But nonetheless, I don't put anything past them. Um, Kathy, what do you mean the comments are being censored? I have to tell you guys though. Again, I have to repeat this. My comments on my videos, you guys will make a comment. For some reason, if YouTube doesn't like it, they put it in the spam box, and then I have to go and look for it and release it. Because fucking Google and their bullshit. But now common sense. De Blasio did support the fireworks, so not that he supported it, he just turned a blind eye to it, I guess, or a deaf ear to it, however you want to put it. But there's been fireworks going off more than usual. Now every year we hear fireworks, right? We hear a little pop here and there, but Christina, exactly. It sounds like a war zone. I mean, there's shit going off all the fucking time. So it was out of control. Today is not as bad, but last Friday, Saturday, you thought it was fucking Vietnam outside. It was so fucking it was bad. Yeah, Kathy. Again, I don't think it's not the moderators. I don't think so. Sometimes Google does that. Not Google. YouTube does that. Again, they have a way about words and how you word things, and then it goes in the spam. I can guarantee I'll find your comment in the spam section when I go and check it later. And my dog, by the way, if you guys hear him barking, he's freaking out. Right? He's freaking out with all of this fireworks. He's never heard anything like this. Right? So with that, he's always scared. Right, Merlin. So now here today, last night and tonight, there's been a decrease in fireworks. Now we do still hear them here and there, but Paul, you might have to fix the notification on your end But then again, I don't know what fucking YouTube is doing. Thank you, Kathy. If you okay, I definitely will. And listen, if there's information for me, Kathy, you can email me at angryprepper@gmail.com. So angryprepper@gmail.com. I was gonna say angry lensman. That's my photography channel and my uh, photography business name. I was ready to say that. Sorry. So angryprepper@gmail.com. So guys, listen, I don't know um, what the fuck to expect anymore. You know what, Lamprey? I mean, you could tell the difference between gunshots sometimes, between gunshots and fireworks. The pattern changes with gunshots. So, okay. Who will be shooting? Noldra. I have no clue. Who knows, man? Right, Tony. The shot spotters is what they modified it. Um, they modified it to pick up gunshots from fireworks. Apparently, there's a distinct sound that can be deterred. Sometimes they do get confused with the fireworks. What's going on, Steven? How you doing? So again, I'm waiting for someone to blow their fucking hands off. That's one. Christina, thank you for that thunder shirts, huh? Yeah, because he's a nervous wreck, man. He just came in here looking at me, ready to get a hug or some shit. Um, well, B. Riley, yeah, they are mechanical and you can hear, but sometimes you can't tell the difference. The way these fireworks are packed this year, or some new method they're using, I don't know, but they do sound like gunshots. I'm watching them, and I know what gunshots sound like, and I'm watching them go off, and I'm like, holy shit, that sounds like a gunshot. It's that's just it's just interesting that that they're almost similar now, and they are super fucking loud, and you can feel the vibrations from far away now. I never heard that before in the 80s and 90s when they used to set them off like it was going out of style. Um, I never heard anything like it. But we will see. So, guys, recapping. Oh, that was the other thing. We were going to talk about Honey Badger, the dog. He's a black lab shepherd of some kind. He's not a German shepherd, but he's definitely a shepherd based on his hind legs and his tail. Um, he has the body of a shepherd, but he has the fur and the face of a black lab. Tony Smith. No shit, really. Frying eggs on it. I don't know what frying eggs on my back feels like, so I couldn't even say, oh man, that hurts. I don't know. Um, but that was the other thing, guys. So, civil unrest. There's more civil unrest on the way. We have to prepare for that, right? And obviously, to prepare for that, more food and water, limit yourself outside. For those of you that live in a communal area, right, homes and shit, get yourself a firearm. For those of you that live in New York City, get yourself a firearm. When that office opens, they're doing it online now. Actually, you can actually go online and get the application for a rifle. Don't worry about a handgun. Forget the handgun because that's going to take you a year and a day to get it. Try to get yourself a long gun, shotgun or something, and that's going to be your weapon of defense, guys. Um, get yourself a firearm. Tamara Rodriguez, thank you. Yes, Tamara, I have seen the COVID tracker on my phone, but you have to turn that on. Theoretically, they could probably have it on their end. It could be on, and on your end it could be off, but they could still track you. I don't know. Again, I don't trust anything these phones do, but mine is off as of right now. Um, so we will see. But guys, with the race war, Frankston, good night. With the race war, sorry, civil unrest, because it could be race war, it could be more people acting like children. Um, you got to get yourself a firearm. The day and age, and with the blue flu around the corner, you're gonna have to get yourself some kind of a weapon. because help is not going to come. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. I'm going to end this in a couple minutes. So the other day, 2 weeks ago, a week ago, at the firehouse, we had a stabbing. All right. The kid gets stabbed, and who does he get stabbed by? Not a fucking cop, not a white man, ominous white man walking around a black neighborhood. It was another black dude that killed him. Stabbed him. He didn't die, by the way. So anyway, the guy comes to the firehouse. He's stabbed. His intestines is hanging out. I'm like, oh shit, work time. Me and a bunch of guys in the firehouse, we work on him. That's not the story. The story is we waited for 10 minutes before help got there. When I mean help, I'm talking about EMS and PD. Um, I think cops are slowing down, period. And even with a stabbed person at the firehouse, you thought there would have been a quicker response. Not at all. So we got a taste of what the blue flu looks like. It was 10 minutes and the shit was going to get out of hand in a hurry. Uh, People were screaming and yelling, telling us what to do. I'm telling people, mind your business, shut up. I got this. We know what we're doing. You're not a nurse. You're a fake nurse. Like, this is arguing back and forward while the guy is laying on the ground stabbed. Um, and a lot of it, we ignored. But then people getting in the way, we had to say something. And people just felt like they were going to be pricks. Now, that's what it felt like to not have the cops there, and we're firefighters. So imagine another situation, right? We are on our own, Raymond. I mean, listen, um, right, guys. For those of you that don't know what the blue flu is, the blue flu is a sick out, and I can't fucking wait till they do them. And Carol, no, I don't blame them. That's the thing. Um, I don't blame them. I stand with them on this one, right? How much more shit are you going to take? The cops have been getting shit for a long time. People act like cops get away with murder, and they don't. I seen cops get fucking hung up for bullshit. Bullshit. Fired for bullshit. So you mean to tell me they're going to get away with the shit that people are talking about they're getting away with? No, they're not. If you go downtown and you pull up police records, you can see how many cops get fired on a daily basis. At least here in New York. Citywide, I don't know. I'm sorry, countrywide, I don't know. Right? What if I'm not old enough to possess a Noldra, if you're not old enough to possess a firearm, depending on what state you're in, get yourself a crossbow or a bow and arrow. Use it for hunting, and then that's your weapon. You guys, you gotta have to be creative. Prepper now. That's right. Bear spray. Get yourself bear spray. Now they don't send bear spray to New York City. That's out. You have to go to a camping store, get in your car, go to a camping store, and pick it up yourself. Now, that being said, I might be going to a camping store in the next couple weeks. If anybody that lives in New York City needs bear spray, email me and let me know. All right, I'll let you know what the cost is, and then there you go. Or order yourself Capsaicin online. It's it's the hot shit that goes in like hot sauce and everything else. Get that and put that with the and put that in water, a spray bottle, and use that as your mace if you have to. Um, you got to be creative. Get yourself a baseball bat. Learn how to swing the baseball bat. Get yourself a crowbar, an axe. Learn how to swing it. Just because you have a bat, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't mean that you know how to use it. It's not as simple as a swing. There's a technique to it because you don't want to overswing and get overtaken. All right, Noltra. So you're gonna have to, be creative, guy. What state, Noltra? What state are you in? That's most important. Melee Nate, thank you for the donate. Right, and that's the thing, guys. If you're gonna get an air gun or something like that, which is illegal in New York City, if you're gonna get one of those, keep it a secret. I don't want to know about it. People on here don't want to know about it. If you can get yourself an air rifle, by all means, get it. If you can get yourself a handgun or a gun, by all means, get it. Do not advertise it. Do not tell anyone about it. You have to protect yourself because the city is not going to protect you. If these cops are walking off like they're supposed to or are going to, you need to protect yourself. All right, Noldro, then you live in Nebraska. Get yourself a crossbow, bow, and arrow. I'm pretty sure, or paint gun, air rifle, whatever it is, get yourself something to that effect. Bear spray is also very effective because you can spray the person with bear spray and go to town on them with the baseball bat, right? Yeah, prepared now. And yeah, define prepper. Everything is illegal in New York City. I looked it up to do a video, and the video was just going to be like, "Hi, I'm the angry prepper. Everything's illegal in New York City," and then end the video because that's what it was. I've never seen anything like that. It's just everything, and then also like at the bottom it says no fun included. It's fucking New York City sucks, man. They don't want you to protect yourselves, but then they want to pull the cops from the street. They want to pull $1 billion out of their budget, which is damaging, by the way. Um, they want to reduce the police force now and use the layoff as the reason, if you will, or the lack of money in the city as a reason. But guys, like I said, get yourself what you need and don't advertise it. Simple. Um, it's not that if you have to protect yourself, you have to protect yourself. You can't rely on this city anymore. The mayor, who's being protected, you know, like the piece of shit that he is, he's going to fucking sit there and tell you you can't have a gun, you can't have this, you can't have that to protect yourself. But this cock has fucking 8 dudes around him with armed to the teeth, ready for anyone that's going to jump the wall at Gracie Mansion or whatever, you know. So again, uh, protect yourself. Do what you have to do. Don't sit there and use the law as a reason why not to protect yourself. Fuck them. If the criminals can protect themselves illegally, so can you. Um, yeah, strong bear. Amazon. I didn't know bear spray was that fucking expensive because when I bought bear spray, it was like fucking $18 or $20. You know, and right, if you have firearms, you don't need a bear spray because bear spray is for people who live in states like New York City, right? Us pansies, we are defenseless, and scratching someone's eyes out is not an option. Brian, thank you for the donation. And yes, Brian, you're right. He just reminded me. Get wasp or hornet spray. It sprays up to 20 feet, guys. That'll surely blind the shit out of somebody too. And then you can go to town on them with the baseball bat, so or crowbar. And guys, if you're going to beat somebody up with a baseball bat or crowbar, don't kill them. Just kneecap them so that they can't move, and then call the cops. And if the cops don't get there till fucking 3 hours later, at least he's crawling around your floor. You really don't want to kill anybody unless you absolutely have to. If the guy came in with the intent to kill, then you do what you got to do. But if the guy came in your house because he was looking to steal some shit, just kneecap him, right? Try to meet force with force, if that makes any sense. Even if you have a gun, shoot him in the fucking knees, if you're that good. If you're that good. I know I'm not good. I could pop a guy in his fucking foot in his knee and not worry about it. I am starting to practice my firearm training again with my buddy's firearm on his land upstate New York, because I don't have anything because I can't. Stupid fucking city. But I do have bear spray for camping. I am going to get wasp spray. Thank you for that, Brian. Um, because that seems like that's a nice reach, 20 feet. And I do have a baseball bat and a few axes, so I should be fine. Melanate, thank you for that donation. Yes, Melanate, that's exactly it. I'm not going to hold back on spending, especially what's coming. The deep freezer thing, I don't think it's going to happen because I don't have room. I was looking for a small one, and all the small ones are sold out. Uh, the next size up, it'll be too expensive. Sorry, too wide. Now, one argument that I had with the wife was, fuck room, because what's coming, room's not going to matter. We're going to need to eat. So, uh, no, Titus, you can't have tasers here either. Like I said, nothing. You can't have shit in this fucking city. Um, Fire extinguishers, yes, Scrappy Cat. Fire extinguishers are a good one. But I would hate to use a fire extinguisher on an intruder and then need it like a day or two later because it's a fire in my apartment. Now, Tony, knives are illegal in New York City, but Prespa, thank you for the donation. But if it's your camping knife, and it stays in your apartment on your camping bag, you can absolutely use it to defend yourself. But if you're going to use a knife, guys, you have to learn how to use it. You cannot get a knife and expect to just. Thank you, Upstate Prepper. Very good. You can't get a knife and expect to think that you're going to learn how to wield this shit. Wielding a knife takes practice and it takes skill. A knife is not something to play with. A gun is something that you're if you're an amateur with a knife, a gun is your safer bet because it puts distance between you and the assailant. A knife puts you at close range, and if you're not good with your hands and you're not good with a knife, don't entertain the knife. Trust me, because the guy will take it out of your hand, like in Saving Private Ryan, and he's jabbed that shit back in you. So a knife is a good idea, but you need to learn how to use it. Zidon 41. You're in New York City or New York State? In New York City, you cannot own a taser. I looked that up just the other day. What are you guys doing? What's he doing? So, right, knife fighting skills. Pan Pandrong Q, if I'm saying that right. Um, yes, I have a dehydrator, so I do dehydrate. I used to dehydrate food. I haven't dehydrated food in a few years, but I'm going to get back to it because of everything that's going on. Yeah, Kathy, booby trapping your house is very good. You have to remember where the booby traps are. Thank you, Lisa, for that. Lisa pointed out I have a video on knife safety, not knife fighting skills, guys. Knife fighting skills. That's that's for another day or another video, if you will. Upstate prepper, you're not allowed to own body armor in the city unless you are a security guard or a cop. The regular civilian cannot own body armor. The premise is, or the reason for it is, they think you're up to no good with it. Now they do sell bulletproof backpacks, but that's all it goes. And I can guarantee you, if you try to order body armor on one of the known sites to New York City, they're not going to ship it to you. New York City has so many fucking restrictions; it's insane. Master Blaster, thank you for that. So again, guys, I'm hoping to get the channel back. I'm hoping by the end of this week. I'm probably going to do another live stream, maybe Friday night or Saturday night. No, sorry, Sunday night. Sorry. Dan H, no, I didn't. I did not. I have to look into that. Sorry. Yes, Coasty, if that's your name. Yes, Coasty. Booby traps can be considered premeditated, especially in New York City. Right. So, again, you got to be careful. You got to know the laws. That's one. You have to be careful what you're going to do and what state you live in and what city you live in. Right. Because it's not even always a state. Again, in New York City, you can own. New York State, you can own firearms. In New York City, you're limited to what you can own. So keep that in mind. No common sense, you can't. You cannot wear body armor in New York City. If you get caught with it, they're gonna ask you why. You better have a good fucking reason why you're wearing body armor in New York City. Okay, guys, NY Prepper has its live stream Friday night, right? So whenever NY Prepper has a live stream, I'll post it on my community board, right, and let you guys know. I'm not going to do a rivaling live stream with him unless I scheduled it first, kind of deal. But I try to keep it on Sunday nights, and then I'm trying to pick a middle of the week, so try to do it twice in a week. Probably Wednesdays and Thursday nights might work out, but we'll see. As of right now, Sunday nights are the night. I'm doing a live stream tonight because I'm tired of waiting for Google. I mean, how much more can I fucking wait? Um, but NY Prepper has a live stream Friday night, guys. Chicken, what time is it? What time is this live stream? Um, but right, and then listen, like I said, I don't mind trolls on here. I really don't. Trolls are part of the YouTube community now, unfortunately, and they make it for what it is, you know. But I don't. Me personally, I don't care. I don't care about the trolls. Right, Aaron. Here's the thing. I can go to PA, and I went to PA. Let me tell you a quick story. So I went to PA to a gun show. I had no intentions of buying a gun, zero. Um, so guys, NY Preppers live stream Friday night is at 9, or usually at 9. With prepared now set. So I go to a gun show, the big gun show in PA, and I'm just looking, man. Just looking. I'm not um, looking to buy because I don't have like permits and shit. So I'm just talking to the guy, and the guy goes, "Oh, what state you're from?" And he goes, "Where you from?" And I go, "Oh, I'm from New York." The guy stopped talking to me and walked away from me like I had AIDS. I was like, "Damn, dude." He was just like he shut down and walked away. So I was like, and I instantaneously got it. Because they don't want to deal with New York. So buying a firearm in another state and then trying to get it here is like fucking parting water, right? It's impossible. So I wouldn't do it. And then the gun has to meet New York City standards, not even New York State, New York City standards, right? And if it doesn't, the gun gets shipped somewhere. Some asshole looks at it. Oh, I can't give it to you because it has this little label on it, right? It's that stupid. So why bother? And Aaron, you're right. Don't let laws get in the way from protecting you. If you need to protect yourself and your family, get what you need. Fuck the laws. The laws are not going to keep you from dying. You cannot hide behind a piece of paper saying, look, it says don't carry a gun here. Please don't shoot me. It says no fucking criminals ever listen to that, right? Not one. So we're not going to start playing this game now where the good guys have to die because some asshole in a fucking office, both of them, surrounded by security all the fucking time with guns, can be safe and wag their finger at the people who fucking have firearms. Fuck them, right? Um, so you like those? Raul Duke never did. Never liked those anti-gun laws. But supposedly they are fighting a lot of them in New York State, and they're getting overturned. So we have to wait and see. All right, guys. I think I hit the threshold of an hour and a half. I'm trying to stay away from Kathy. Paintball guns are illegal in New York City. I looked that up too. I was a little surprised considering it's a paint gun. Now they do have, um, well, it's not actually paintballs. It's like these little like rubber foam balls. There's an arena in Queens, and you shoot at each other with it. But paintballs are not allowed here in New York City. And right, paintballs won't do much, but if you shoot them in the face, you might blind them just long enough for you to get the fuck out of there, right? Guys, here's the other problem with these crude weapons that we talked about making, like mace, wasp, wasp spray, bear spray. This is just to disarm them for the short term to get the fuck out of there. That's all it is. You're not trying to kill them. You have a gun, it's right prepared now. Fucking a picture of a gun is probably illegal at this point. You're trying to maim them. You're not trying to kill them. So that being said, these methods we just talked about are just long enough to get you out of the situation. You know. And listen, Pandrog, I already talked to the wife. I said as soon as we fucking get the hell out of here. Uh, Thank you, Blue Top. As soon as we get the hell out of here, I'm going gun crazy. Um, but as of right now, I gotta play by the rules because you know, laws. And here's the other thing too. I don't want to get my house broken into and then they steal guns from here. That's my other nerve wracking. That's one thing I worry about. I don't worry about much, guys, but if they broke into my house and I had guns in a cheap safe or whatever, um, they might take it. And the thing is, I can't put a real gun safe here. I have wooden floors. This building was built 100 and something years ago. I have this bad feeling if I put a gun safe in here, even with the legalized rifle and handgun I get from the city, I feel that the gun safe might be too heavy unless I get a small one, or a case. I am working on a shotgun, what you call it, right now, but um, that's all I can get. I'm not uh, gun safe. Thank you. I'm not getting a. What did I say before? Oh no, I said gun safe, right? But a gun safe, the one I'm looking at, was thinking about was like one of those big heavy ones that are probably like 3 feet tall, or just big enough to get a shotgun and a handgun in there. Um, but again, it's just you give people enough time, they can walk out of the house with it, because this building here, no one really looks out of their peepholes to see what's going on. So say it's 2,000 pounds. All right. So if they're 2,000 pounds, then I should be able to get one and not worry about it. Um, I don't know. Like I said, the shotguns I'm working on, the handguns out of the question, just because I don't want to deal with that bullshit. Titus, I'm 1,000% sure semi-auto 12 gauge is not allowed in New York City. It has to be a standard shotgun. The rack and fucking boom. I don't think I can get semi-auto. I don't think. I have to look into it, but I'm 1,000% sure. No problem, Jolene. Not a problem at all. Yes, common sense, they do allow shotguns in New York City, but once you get the permit, right, you get your shotgun, you have to go to the local precinct and tell them you have a shotgun, give them all the stupid paperwork so that they know, okay, how such and such has a shotgun and two handguns. Which I don't want the cops knowing how fucking many guns I have, but you have to. And like I said, I'm just looking at a shotgun right now. I have to get a New York City or state legal shotgun. Coach gun? I don't know what that is, Merlin. Um, so my buddy, I'll be going up to his land shooting his shotgun and stuff like that for a while. See you later, Michael. But other than that, I'm gonna work on it because, like I said, the shit's gonna get really bad, guys. Like I said, I mean, listen. The one side of us that think things are going to get bad is because we have nothing but been hit with bad shit from back to back. Then I heard that Yellowstone was grumbling a little bit, so people are watching that really closely because that's all we need right now, right? It's that thing to go. But nonetheless, I think the cop situation is going to get worse. If this layoff happens, crime's going to get even worse. Now, cops are not reacting like they used to, and now they're talking about laying cops off. Crime's going to get out of control, man. So all I can say is for those of you who live in New York City, get ready, guys, because this shit's going to get crazy. It's going to get ugly, and I don't know, man. I hope not, but it's going to get ugly. All right, guys. So this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. For all of you guys who donated tonight, I appreciate it. For every last one of you who are watching, again, thank you for hanging in there. And dealing with my bullshit. But I hope to have my channel up and running. If not by Friday, by next week, I will have another live stream on this channel, which is just the Angry Prepper channel. The Angry Prepper Urban channel is the channel I'm looking to get back. And guys, by the way, NY Prepper has a live stream Friday night. Just join him Friday night at 9. All right, guys. Thank you for watching.